Hello and welcome to NorthStar Academy. In this lecture, we are going to solve a detailed question on inventory. We are going to learn inventory valuation under perpetual system as well as under periodic system. Under perpetual system, we are going to learn the three methods: moving average method, FIFO method and the LIFO method. Similarly, under periodic method, we are going to learn the three important methods: weighted average method, FIFO periodic and LIFO periodic method. Let's get started with the question. The following information is provided by Sunrise Industries for the fortnight of April 2011. Material EXC stock on 1st April 2011. 100 units at the rate of 5 per unit. We have purchased on 5th, 8th and 12th, and if you see the price or the cost per unit, it is $6, $7 and $8. Means there is an inflationary situation in the economy because the prices of raw material has constantly been increasing from 6 to 7 and 7 to 8. Date of issue 6th April, 10th April and 14th of April we have issued raw material for production. We are required to compute cost of goods sold and value of ending inventory under the following methods, right? So first, for computation of cost of goods sold and value of inventory, one of the most important thing that you need to remember is the sequence of the dates. In this question, if you see on the first schedule, it is given only the purchase dates, and on the second schedule it is given date of issue. We need to arrange that in order first while solving our question. Before we get started, let's put the format. I have already put the schedule wherein we are going to fill the details. How many columns are required? So in total we always need 11 columns in all perpetual system. How many? 11 columns. I have already inserted these columns here. First, date, leave one line, write date, particulars. Under the first one, this is opening stock / purchases. Purchases of what? Inventory. Issues of inventory. Issue for what? Issue for production. And last one, closing stock or balance of inventory. Alright, so the first one, number of units, or you can write units. Here we write cost per unit or rate, and here amount. What is amount? Units multiplied by rate per unit or cost per unit is equals to amount. Same thing here also, units, rate per unit and amount. Last one also, units, rate per unit and amount. So, like I mentioned, we have to go in the order of the dates. 1st April 2011, opening stock. We have 100 units as opening stock. Cost per unit is given as $5 and total is 500. Did we have any issue on the 1st of April? Answer is no. We have no issues on the 1st of April. So how much is the balance on the 1st of April? 100 units at the rate of 5 and $500 in the amount. Leave one line so that it looks clean. Next date is 5th of April 2011. Purchases. We have purchased. How many units we have purchased? 300 units at the rate of 6. So 1800 we have purchased. On the balance side, always write in the sequence of the date. So first we have 1st April item, then we have 5th April item. So first I will write 100, 5 and 500, and then we have 300, 6 and 1800. Whenever you have purchases, remember, whenever you have purchases, you have to calculate a weighted average cost. When at the time of each purchase. Do you have to calculate weighted average cost at the time of each sale? Answer is no. At the time of each issue? Answer is no. When do you have to calculate weighted average cost? At the time of each new purchases. Yes, so we have purchases. Now we are going to calculate weighted average cost. How to calculate? First find out a number of units. Then find out how much is the total cost. So total cost will be 2300, or the amount column. 2300 divided by 400, we get 5.75. all right, this is our balancing figure, how we have got cost per unit. All right, next let's go to the next date. What is the next date? After 5th we don't have 8th, don't go wrong, we have 6th here. All right, so 6th, leave one line and then let's go on 6th of April 2011. Issue, or it is sold. For calculation purpose it will remain same. How many units have been issued? 250 units have been issued. So we are going to issue 250 units out of this 400 units. So let's go to the issue column. 250 units we are going to issue at what rate? This rate what we have calculated, which is called weighted average rate. So 5.75. How much do we get? So 250 multiplied by 5.75, we get 1437.50. You can also round it off as 1438. And how much is left? So 400 units minus 250 units, we are left with 150 units. And what is the rate per unit? 5.75. So 150 multiplied by 5.75, we get 862.50. This is the balance that we have. On which date? On 6th of April, after issuing 250 units. Now after 6th of April we have 8th of April. So let's write 8th April 2011. We have purchased again. So purchased. How many units we have purchased? We have purchased 500 units at the rate of 7. So total cost for us is 3500. Now if you remember, I mentioned we have to calculate weighted average cost at each purchases. Yes, you are right. We have purchased, we have to calculate weighted average cost once again. So first write this much. What is left? Balance, old balance 150, 5.75, and we had 862.50. And then you have purchased 500 units at the rate of 7 and you have spent 3500 in total. Let's find out first 650 units and how much is the total amount. So 3500 plus 862.50, we have 4362.50. This is the total amount. So this divided by 650, we get 6.71. all right, 6.71. I have rounded it off. Now onwards, whatever issue of raw material is going to happen, we are going to issue not at 5.75 but at 6.71, because that is our new weighted average cost. Next date, after 8th of April, we have 10th of April. So leave one line and 10th of April 2011. What we have done? We have issued again. How many units are issued? 400 units are issued. At what rate are we going to issue now? So at the rate of 6.71 per unit, we are going to issue. How much will it be? So 6.71 multiplied by 400. So we have 2684. Out of 650 units, we have already issued 400 units. How much is left? So we are left with 250 units at the rate of 6.71. So 250 multiplied by 6.71, we get 1677.50. 1677.50. all right, like I mentioned, you can also round it off. There is nothing wrong in that. 10th of April. After 10th of April, the next date is 12th of April, wherein we have purchased. So let's leave one line, 12th of April 2011, purchased. How much is purchased? So 600 units we have purchased at the rate of 8 per unit, 4,800 we have spent. Here 250 units, 6.71, 1677.50, and 600 at the rate of 8, 4,800. Correct? Now what do we need to do? Yes, we need to calculate weighted average cost. Why? Because we have again purchased, right? Good. So 600 plus 250, 850 units, and how much is the total cost here? 1677.5 plus 4,800. So we have 6477.50 divided by 850 units, we get 7.621 or 7.62. We got the cost per unit again. Now, which is the next date? So next date is 14th of April. 14th of April we have issued. How many units we have issued? 500 units we have issued. So 500 units multiplied by 7.62. I hope you are able to follow this. I am going slow so that you follow each step that we are calculating. 500 multiplied by 7.62. 7.62 multiplied by 5, we get 3,810. How much is left? 850 minus 500. We are left with 350 units. At what rate? At the rate of 7.62. So 350 multiplied by 7.62, we are left with $2,667 worth of inventory. So if the question says what is the value of your closing stock? So the value of closing stock is 2,667. So let's write closing stock value is how much? This amount, 2,667. What is the number of units you have in closing stock? 350. If the question says what is the cost of goods sold? So cost of goods sold would be the total of this column, the total of the amount column of issues. So 1437.5 plus 2684 plus 3810. So the total cost is 7931.5, or you can say 7932. 7931.50, or we can round it off to 7932. What is this? This is cost of goods sold. All right. Is there any shortcut to find out cost of goods sold? Yes, there is a shortcut. How to find out? Let's find out how much is the total cost of inventory that you have purchased. So total cost of inventory would be 500, which is your opening stock, plus whatever you have purchased. This is the total cost. So 500 plus 1,800 plus 3,500 plus 4,800. Anything else? No. So we have total purchases how much? 10,600. So opening stock plus purchases. This is what? This is your total cost of inventory. Total cost. How much? 10,600. Now, like I said, what is a shortcut? Shortcut is from 10,600, you just subtract the closing stock value. So 10,600 minus 2,667, you get 7,933. 7,933 is rounding off 50 cents. $1 rounding off will always be there because we were rounding off these amounts here at 7.62, at 6.7971. So we have rounded it off. That is why $1, $2 difference will come. All right. So we have the total costs 10,600, closing stock value is 2667, automatically your closing stock value will be 7932 or 7933. Comfortable? So we have been able to compute which method? Weighted average method. Which system? Perpetual system. Is it? No. We have calculated moving average method. Remember, in India, we call this method as weighted average. But technically speaking, the correct name for this would be moving average method under perpetual system. What is weighted average then? We will learn it slowly, one by one. So quickly, three things, note it down somewhere. The total cost of purchase is 10,600 including opening stock. The total value of our closing stock is 2,667 and total cost of goods sold is 7,932. There is $1 difference, rounding of error is there, which you can ignore. Now we are going to solve the same question under which method? Under FIFO perpetual method. You are ready? Yes, let's get started. Under FIFO perpetual method. So first, date, yes, and then particulars. Here units, rate or cost per unit, and then amount. Here also units, rate or cost per unit, amount. Last one also units, here rate and here amount. Heading will be opening stock / purchases. Then it will be issues, and last one will be balance of closing stock. Balance or closing stock of inventory. Let's get on with the first one again. So we have an opening stock of how much? On 1st April 2011, we have an opening stock of 500 rupees. How many units? 100. What is the rate? $5. And how much is the amount? 500. Alright. Next, issues. How much we have issued? Nothing we have issued. How much is the balance? So 100 units at $5 and total $500. Leave one line. Let's go on to the next one. Next date is 5th of April. So 5th of April 2011. We have done what? We have done purchases. Can we go a little faster now? Yes, we can go a little faster. Why little? We can go a lot faster now. You have understood the concept. So purchases. But we are doing which method now? We are doing FIFO method. Remember, we are doing FIFO method. Let's write on the top. FIFO method. FIFO what? FIFO perpetual. At the end, I will tell you something more about FIFO. Alright. Let's go on the top also and write there what we did. We did moving average method. Alright. Let's go down back to our calculation. Purchases. How many units we have purchased? 300 units at the rate of 6,800. Alright. Write in the same order how we wrote in weighted average. So 100, 500 and 300, 6,800. Do we need to do total here? Under FIFO, we do not calculate any weighted average. Alright, under FIFO, we do not calculate any weighted average. So no need to calculate anything after this. Let's leave one line, go on to the next date. What is the next date? 6th of April. What has happened on 6th of April? We have issued. So issues. 250 units have been issued. So we have to go back and check our balance. Is there anything that we can issue? Answer is yes, we have 400 units. But each of these 400 units are into two parts. First is the 100 and second is the 300 units. The prices or the rates are different. So when we issue, we have to ensure that we issue at the rate at which we had purchased. So first, out of 250, let's write 250 here, and we have issued 100 at what rate? 5 rupees. How much? 500. So this one we have already issued now. How much more we need to issue? We need to issue total 250. So 150 more we need to issue. From where we will issue? We will issue from here, from this 300 units. At what rate? At the rate of $6 per unit. So 150 multiplied by $6, 900. Now in the balance, this 100 is not there because we have issued. So this 100 has gone. And out of this 300, 150 we have issued. So how much is left? 150 is left with us. And what rate? $6 and 900. So this is what is left with us. Alright, 250 units was the total units that we issued. Let's go on to the next date. Next date is after 6th. Next date is 8th of April. On 8th of April, we have again purchased. So let's write purchase. How many units? 500 units at the rate of 7, 3,500 we have spent. Now comes to the balance. We have 150 units at the rate of 6 and $900 total. And then we have purchased 500 at the rate of 7 and 3,500 we have. After 8th, let's go on to the next date. What is the next date after 8th? So we have 10th of April. 10th of April 2011. We have again issued. How many units we have issued? We have issued 400 units. So leave 2 lines and write 400 units you have issued. We are following FIFO method. So first item we are going to issue first. So 150 units we are going to issue first at the rate of $6 and $900 in total. How much more we have to issue? So we have to issue 250 more units. And this 250 we are going to issue from the next item, which is purchased at $7. So 250 multiplied by $7, we have $1,750 in total. So this 150 we have completely issued it. We don't have any further inventory of $6. Now which one are we left with? We are left with this item. How many units? Another 250 we are left with at the rate of $7,750. Alright. Now 400 units in total we have issued. On which day? 10th. Let's go on to the next date. After 10th, the next date is 12th. On 12th of April, we have again purchased. How many units? 600 units at the rate of 8. Total amount is 4,800. How much is the balance left with us? So first 250 units at the rate of 7,750, and then 600 at the rate of 8, 4,800. This is what is balance with us. Let's go on to the last date, 14th of April 2011. And on this date we have again issued. How many units? 500 units. So leave 2 lines and write 500 units. Now out of this 500 units, 250 units I will issue from the first item. So 250 units at the rate of 7,750 we have issued. And next is another 250 we have to issue, because total we have to issue is 500. This 250 I will issue from this item, which is bought at $8. So 250 multiplied by $8, we have $2,000 here. How much is left? So out of 600, 250 has been issued. So we are left with another 350 units at the rate of $8. So we are left with 2,800 worth of inventory. This 250 units has already been issued, and here we are not left with any inventory. Alright. Now, If the question says what is the value of your closing stock, so closing stock value is 2,800. If the question says what is the total cost of opening stock and purchases, remember, no matter which method we are following, opening stock and purchases will remain same. Yes, opening stock value may change, but total cost of purchases shall always remain the same. All right. Now, how much is it? So 500 plus 1,800 plus 3,500 plus 4,800, and last one is, okay, this is all. So this is your cost of opening stock plus purchases. How much is it? $10,600. And how much is the value of closing stock? So closing stock value we have already got. How much? 2,800. Automatically we can find out cost of goods sold. Total cost minus closing stock value will be cost of goods sold. So 10,600 minus 2,800, we get 7,800. So 7,800. If you want to check, you can also check. Let's check total cost of goods sold. Is it matching or not? So first one 500 plus 900. Next one 900 plus 1,750. Next again 1,750 plus 2,000. We get exactly 7,800. All right. So cost of goods sold is matching. Remember, cost of goods sold plus closing stock is equals to your total value of opening stock and purchases. We have done which method? We did it using FIFO perpetual method. Like I said, at the end, I will tell you more about FIFO method. Let's go on to our last method. Which is that method? Yes, LIFO perpetual. Now we are going to solve it using which method? The third method, LIFO perpetual. So let's write on top LIFO perpetual. All right, LIFO perpetual method. Leave one line. First is date, particulars. Same. First one units, rate or cost per unit, amount. Next units, rate, amount. Units, rate and amount. All right. First one opening stock slash purchases. Next is issues. And last one balance or closing stock. All right. Let's go again in the order of the date. First, we have 1st of April 2011 opening stock. How much is the opening stock? 100 units at the rate of 5 per unit and 500. Balance is 100 units at the rate of 5 per unit and 500. Leave one line. Let's go on to the next date, 5th of April 2011. We have purchased on this date. Purchased is how much? 300 units at the rate of 6,800. In the balance, write in the same order 100, 5, 500. Next is 300, 6,800. Comfortable? We have written exactly the same thing what we did in FIFO method. Where is the change then? Hang on, we will learn the difference. Next, after 5th of April, the next date is 6th of April 2011. How much? So issue is there. How many units? Leave 2 lines and write 250 units. Now we are following which method? LIFO method. Remember, we are following LIFO method. Comfortable? So first we are going to issue from this item or from the second item. So first we are going to issue from 300 units item. How much? Entire 250 we can issue from this 300. Possible? Yes, it is possible because we have 300 and we need to issue only 250. So entire 250 can be issued from this item. At what rate? $6. So 250 multiplied by $6, we can issue for 1,500. Do we have to issue anything from this item? Answer is not at all. We don't have to issue. So again, how much is left with us? Entire this 100 is left with us. 100, 500, and from this 300, 250 is gone and another 50 is left with us. 56, 300. All right, 250 is issued from $6 item only. Next, leave one line. Let's go on to the next date. After 6th of April, we have next date 8th of April 2011. We have done what? We have purchased again. How many units? So we have purchased 500 units at the rate of $7, 3,500 we have spent. In the balance column, we have two items already. 100 units at the rate of 500, 50 units at the rate of 6, 300, and another 500 we have purchased at the rate of 7, 3,500. All right, let's leave one line and go on to the next date. After 8th, we have 10th. So 10th of April 2011. We have issued. So issues. How many units? 400 units we have issued. Do we have 400 units in the last one? Yes, we have 400 units. In fact, we have 500 from here only we will issue because we are following LIFO method. Yes, good. So 400 units we are going to issue at what rate? At the rate of $7. So 400 into 7, we get 2,800. How much is left? Same order you need to write. So first is 100, second 50, and third is again 100. This is at $5, this is at $6, and this is at $7. This one would be 500, 300, and 700. All right, so far good? Yes. Next, after 10th, the next date is 12th of April. 12th of April, we have purchased how many units? 600 units we have purchased. So 600 units at the rate of 8, 4,800. In the balance, it will become little long here now. So it will be 100 units, 50 units, 100 units, and last one 600 units at the rate of $5, $6, $7, and $8. Amount would be 500, 300, 700, and 4,800. Comfortable? Yes. Let's go on to the last date, 14th of April. What is happening on 14th of April? We have issued. How many units we have issued? We have issued 500 units. Let's go on to the balance item. Do we have 500 units in the last item? Yes, we have 600 units here. From 600, we can easily issue 500. We are following LIFO method, so we are issuing from the last item. So 500 units. At what rate we will issue? $8. So 500 into $8, we have $4,000. Now in the balance, it will be 100 units, 50 units, 100 units, and last one out of 600, 500 is gone. So another 100 is left with us. In the rate $5, $6, $7, and $8. So amount would be 500, 300, 700, and 800. This is our closing stock value. Let's calculate how many units we have in closing stock. Units will always remain same. Units will always remain same in all the methods, but the value of closing stock will keep changing depending upon methods adopted. 500 plus 300 plus 700 plus 800. We have 2300 as the value of our closing stock. And if you remember, total cost of opening stock plus purchases was how much? Was $10,600, and total cost of closing stock is, we have already calculated, 2,300, correct? So automatically what is our, which value? Yes, what is our cost of goods sold? So cost of goods sold would be 10,600 minus 2,300. We get 8,300 as cost of goods sold. Alright, let's go back and check out whether cost of goods sold is matching. So first, 1,500 plus 2,800 plus 4,000, 8,300, it is perfectly matching. So all these values have come perfectly. But as a conclusion, I told you under three different methods, the value of cost of goods sold and the value of inventory would always be different. All right, let's summarize what all value we have got. So first one, we are going to write weighted average method. Is it? No. Moving average method. Second one is FIFO. And last one is LIFO. Alright. So first we are going to write total opening stock slash purchases. Opening stock slash purchases. In all the three methods it was 10,600, 10,600 and 10,600. Comfortable? Now next one, cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold was how much? So cost of goods sold was a lengthy calculation. Closing stock was a simple one-liner calculation. So closing stock under LIFO was 2,300. Yes, how do I know? Here is only we calculated. What was the closing stock value under FIFO? So under FIFO, our closing stock value was 2,800, which we have calculated here. And like I said, number of units will always remain same. So 2,800 was the value of our closing stock. Under which method? Under FIFO method. So 2,800. What was the value of closing stock under weighted average method? We need to scroll up, up and up. So the closing stock value was 7,932, right? No, the closing stock value was this, 2,667. Yes, focus, little more focus. 2,667 was the value of our closing stock. So let's go down, 2,667. 2,667. Now we can easily calculate the value of our cost of goods sold. 10,600 minus 2,667, we get 7,933. Or you can calculate cost of goods sold and balancing figure would become your, which one? Closing stock. Remember, under perpetual, your closing stock is a balancing figure. So you know this, and this, each time you scan your machine, this is what is recorded each time. And closing stock becomes a balancing figure. But just for learning purpose, to make your calculation easy, I told you write this and get this. But practically, under perpetual system, your closing stock is always the balancing figure. So this is 7,800, 10,600 minus 2,300, we get 8,300. All right. So like I said, the value of closing stock is different under the three methods. We were going through which situation? We were going through inflationary situation. And under inflationary situation, quick recollection, yes, under inflationary situation, under FIFO method, your closing stock value will be highest. Remember, and under FIFO method your closing stock value is highest, and under FIFO method your cost of goods sold value will be lowest. Under inflationary situation your profit under FIFO method will be highest, because closing stock is high, cost of goods sold is low, of course profits will be high. So remember, under inflationary situation profits will be highest. Under which method? Profits will be highest under which situation? Inflationary. Under which method? Under FIFO method. Under which it will be lowest? Under, of course, the opposite, the LIFO method. Alright, so we have understood this. Which method we have understood? We have understood all the three perpetual systems: moving average method, FIFO perpetual and LIFO perpetual. Now we are going to solve the same question under periodic system. Periodic system is very simple. It does not involve so much of calculation. Just a few steps which you need to know and answers would come. So generally in exam, if perpetual system is asked, it will not have so much data. It will have very small data, maybe one inventory, two inventory purchases, just one purchase or two purchases. That's it. And there will be maybe one issues or two issues maximum. So many purchases, so many issues, opening stock will not be having in exam. But for learning purpose, this is a detailed learning that we have done now. Now that you have understood the perpetual system of inventory valuation, you must be wondering, periodic system is also going to be so lengthy and so time consuming. For those of you who are thinking this way, I have a good news. Periodic system is very simple. It will hardly take another 5 minutes for us to compute all the values for all the three methods. Sounds surprising? Do not worry. Let's get on to the calculation. First, we are following periodic system. Which is the first method we have to calculate? First one, weighted average method. Like I mentioned earlier, under periodic system, we first calculate what? We first calculate the cost of closing stock or the value of closing stock. And what is the balancing figure? The balancing figure becomes cost of goods sold. Yes, you remember it, right? So how many units we have in closing stock? So we have 350 units. And we need to calculate weighted average cost. How to calculate weighted average cost? So weighted average cost per unit is equals to total cost of inventory. Total cost of inventory means opening stock plus purchases divided by total units is equals to total cost of inventory was 10,600 and total number of units that we have purchased including opening stock is 1,500. How? Let's look at the question and calculate it. Opening stock we had 100, then we purchased 300, then another 500, and last one we purchased another 600. So total number of units we have purchased is 1,500. And total cost I have written it at several occasions earlier. So how much is the cost per unit? 10,600 divided by 1,500, we get a weighted average cost of 7.0667. All right. In calculator, into when we do multiply by 350 units, so 7.0667 is equals to, how much do we get? So we get 2,473.33. Round it off, so we get $2,473. What is this? This is our weighted average cost of closing stock. So simple. Yes, this is very simple. In case you want to find out what is the cost of goods sold, instead of multiplying with 350, you can multiply with the number of units which we have issued. And how many was that? 1,500 we had purchased, 350, we have closing stock 1150. So when you multiply this number with 1150, you will get the cost of goods sold. But like I said, cost of goods sold is going to be balancing figure. We will calculate it subsequently. So first method done, weighted average method. Next method, FIFO perpetual. FIFO, first in first out method. So under first in first out method, under perpetual or periodic? Yes, we are doing periodic, FIFO periodic now. All right. Under FIFO periodic, we are going to find out the closing stock value only at the end of the period. So on the end of the period, we find out that we have how many units? So we have 350 units, what we have mentioned here. All right. We have mentioned here. So it is weighted average cost of what? Cost of closing stock. All right. Cost of closing stock. Here FIFO, again cost of closing stock. Like I mentioned, we are going to find out the value at the end of the period. So end of the period, we know we have 350 units left. So go on to the last date. Which date? Last date when you have made the purchases. So the last date when you made the purchases was 12th of April. How many units you have made purchases? 600 units. And how many units you have in the closing stock? So you have 350 units in the closing stock. Means it is assumed that this unit is only lying in your closing stock. Which one? The last purchases that you have done, that is what is lying in the closing stock. So 350 units multiplied by what is the cost at which, what price you had bought it. So you had bought it for $8. So into $8. And how much do you get? So 350 multiplied by $8, you get $2,800. What is this? The value of your closing stock. Now, important points. Suppose this was not 600 and this was 200. Then what we would have done? So we would have taken 200 into 8 and another 150 we would have taken from him here. 150 into 7 we would have done that. All right. But I mentioned to you at the end, I will tell you one very important thing. The most important thing here is FIFO method. Remember FIFO method, whether you calculate the value of closing stock or calculate the value of cost of goods sold, both the values will always be same. I repeat, will always be same under FIFO periodic and FIFO perpetual. Now, which one was easier method? FIFO periodic or FIFO perpetual? FIFO periodic, we just got the answer in just one line, but FIFO perpetual, we have spent a lot of time. So remember, FIFO periodic and FIFO perpetual will always give you same value. Don't trust me? No problem. Let's go above and check out how much was the value of closing stock under FIFO perpetual. So under FIFO perpetual, the value of our closing stock was, where have we written? We have written it here, 2,800 was the value of our closing stock. Under which method? Under FIFO perpetual. Yes. So under FIFO periodic also we have got 2,800 only. Let's go on to the last method, LIFO perpetual. So LIFO perpetual. Under LIFO perpetual, how much is the cost of our closing stock? It is again very simple. Cost of closing stock, we have how many units? We have 350 units in our closing stock. Now it is assumed that this 350 unit is from the first earliest item. But in the earliest item, did we have 350 units? No. We had 100 units from opening stock. So 100 units are coming from opening stock. And this opening stock was at $5. And then we had purchased another 300 units. So out of 300 units, another 250 units will be assumed to be part of our closing stock. Remember, these are assumptions. 250 units will be part of our closing stock. This 250 units was purchased at what price? So this 250 units was purchased at $6. So total would be 100 multiplied by 5, we have $500, and 250 multiplied by 6, we have $1,500. So total value of our closing stock will be $2,000. Comfortable? Now let's write the summary. First, total cost of opening stock and purchases under weighted average method, under FIFO method, and under LIFO method. Alright, under FIFO method and under LIFO method. First, cost of opening stock and purchases. Opening stock and purchases. How much was the cost of opening stock and purchases? So for all the three methods, it was $10,600, $10,600 and $10,600. How much is the value of our closing stock? Yes, you got it right. We know closing stock under periodic method. How much? So for FIFO we got 2,800, for LIFO we got 2,000, and for weighted average we had got how much? We had got 2,473. So 2,473, and cost of goods sold would become our balancing figure. So 10,600 minus 2,473, we get 7,857. 10,600 minus 2,800, we get 7,800 here. And last one, 10,600 minus 2,000, we get 8,600 here. I hope you have understood it. I hope you enjoyed this little, not little, very long video, of course. Yes, practice it once at least, and I'm sure you will understand it. Very, very important part, the periodic calculation, because that is constantly tested. Perpetual will have short data in the question. See you in the next lecture. Bye-bye.